Welcome to Daily News Dose, your daily fix of politics. Scholz versus Habeck and Lindner, a tax debate in Germany. The three-party coalition of SPD, Greens, and FDP is facing a disagreement over the tax policy for the German economy. The coalition partners have different views on how to boost growth, competitiveness, and sustainability. The Green Economy Minister Robert Habeck wants to create a special fund for infrastructure and climate investments, financed by new debt within the limits of the constitutional debt brake. The FDP Finance Minister Christian Lindner rejects Habeck's plan as impractical and risky. He argues that Germany should lower taxes and cut bureaucracy for businesses instead. He also calls for the abolition of the solidarity surcharge, a tax levied to finance the reunification of Germany. The SPD Chancellor Olaf Scholz downplays the tax debate and urges the coalition to focus on the existing Growth Opportunities Law, which aims to support the German economy with tax incentives and subsidies. He says the law is a good project that can have a quick impact. Green Minister fails to deliver on power plant strategy. Robert Habeck, the Green Economy Minister, faced a difficult task of ensuring power supply security in Germany amid a gas shortage and a coal phase-out plan. The government agreed on a rough plan to build about 20 gas-fired power plants with state subsidies, and switch them to hydrogen by 2040. A capacity mechanism would be added later to reward flexible power sources. Habeck failed to coordinate his plan with his own ministry, the coalition partners, the Parliament, and the European Commission. He also delayed the implementation and reduced the scope of the strategy. Habeck lost his credibility and confidence as a Green minister. He also missed the opportunity to reform the power market and ensure supply security in a climate-friendly way. Former KSK commander faces trial over munitions scandal. Brigade General Markus Kreitmayr, a former commander of the elite Special Forces Unit KSK, is accused of obstructing justice by allowing soldiers to anonymously return missing munitions without consequences. The KSK had discovered significant discrepancies in its munitions inventory in 2019. Kreitmayr claimed he acted to prevent further damage to the reputation of the unit, which had faced allegations of right-wing extremism and misconduct. The court in Tübingen suggested to drop the case against Kreitmayr in exchange for a donation of €8,000 to a charitable cause. The prosecution and the defense have until February 19 to decide whether to accept the proposal or continue the trial. The case has sparked a debate about the role and oversight of the KSK, which is responsible for high-risk missions such as hostage rescue and counter-terrorism. Some critics have called for reforming or dissolving the unit, while others have defended its importance and autonomy. Young Germans trust democracy but distrust government, study finds. A study by the Bertelsmann Foundation shows that young Germans have more trust in democracy than the average of 9 other European countries, but they also have more distrust in the government and parliament. The study also reveals that young Germans are more pessimistic about the future than their peers in other countries, expecting a deterioration of things such as climate change and living standards. The study is based on surveys of more than 500 people aged 18 to 30 in Germany, conducted between February and April of last year, and compared with identical surveys in Belgium, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Poland, Romania, Spain, Sweden, and Britain. The experts warn that the trust in democracy should not be squandered and call for targeted measures to restore the faith in the problem-solving capacity of politics. Pistorius faces challenges and tensions on his Balkan tour. The German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius visited Kosovo, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Serbia to assess the situation and support the EU integration of the Western Balkan states. Pistorius criticized Serbia for its ties with Russia and its lack of cooperation in resolving the dispute with Kosovo, which declared independence in 2008. He also urged Kosovo to be more flexible and de-escalate the tensions in the north of the country, where a Kosovo police officer was killed in September. Pistorius announced that Germany will increase its troops in the core stabilization mission from 70 to 250, in order to prevent further violence and send a clear signal to Moscow. He said the mission will not end soon, as the region remains politically unstable and vulnerable to external interference. Pistorius expressed his support for the EU enlargement to the Western Balkans, but warned that the countries need to implement reforms and respect the rule of law. He said Serbia cannot dance at 2 weddings and must distance itself from Russia. He also cautioned against disappointing the hopes of the people in the region, as that could benefit China and Russia. Subscribe to the Daily News Dose channel to not miss any news update anymore.